So listen, okay? Spirit, your ancestors, the whole divine team that works for the ascension, the freedom, the truth, and the liberty of Earth and all of its earthlings for humankind, is the main message is that your ancestors did more with less. I was speaking and communing with Spirit about the current world events and the current slew of propaganda. Everybody, a lot, I shouldn't say everybody, a lot of people are worried about the financial system. And I posted a video a few days ago that your prosperity does not come from a government, a president, or a corporation. That's not where your prosperity, the source of your prosperity, comes from. And to kind of remember that and get back to that. And the ancestors were speaking to me about the things that they had went through. When I started my channel during the pandemic, the year before the pandemic, when I left my job, they probably didn't hear me. It was really crazy because we would never be on the same frequency. I could come up and be like, it's raining outside, guys. 30 seconds later, 10 seconds later, somebody would be like, is it raining outside? Because people wouldn't hear me. It was the craziest thing for a long time. But I was around the wrong people. I was around people who didn't see me. I was around people who were caught in the propaganda machine. But I said I was leaving because I felt like the world needed me. The world was going to go through a great change, and I was, not that the world needed me, let me take that back. The world was going to go through a great change, and it was time to share my gifts. So this time, a lot of people are afraid. And your ancestors want you to know that it is their blood and all of the journeys and paths that they've walked through war, deception, oppression, fascism, colonialism, genocide, natural disasters, depressions, famine, containment camps. We could go on and on. This is all in your genetic history. So you have a strength within you as you, the one who is the current present representation of the paths that your ancestors have walked. You are the culmination of all of that knowledge and information. Perhaps it is time at 3:33 on the clock for us to pivot, to shapeshift, to reinvent ourselves. And what the American dream, everybody keeps saying the American dream is dead. The American dream is not dead. We just need to dream a new dream. We need to keep in mind, as I get goosebumps, yes, I feel the ancestors. I feel you, all of you, right? Right? There's a sea of ancestors with me right now. A sea of ancestors. The American dream. For those of you who aren't American, for those of you who don't remember, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, the divine creator. Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Liberty, justice, truth for all. Being able to have your own home and your own sanctuary, your own piece of liberty. Your own piece of peace and liberty. It's actually what I wanted to say. So I was talking to Spirit, and what's funny is this card that's on the screen right now, the creation card from the Queen of the Moon Oracle for guiding through lunar and seasonal changes. And I saw this card in my mind's eye, and then not even connecting it to the fact that it is also in alignment with the current full moon, the beaver moon, the super moon. So we have this super moon, and the beaver moon is creation. It's asking you to remember who you are. That you are not a victim. We have become so used to the luxury and the first world problems of it all, if you catch my drift. That maybe this is a pivot back to the things that matter. Less entertainment, less distraction, more reading books, more reading the actual laws. A lot of people get upset with rich folk, billionaires, millionaires, trillionaires, because they don't pay taxes, or they don't do this, or they don't do that, because they know the law. They have people with them who know the law and read the law and use the law to their advantage. We, the sheep, the masses, we just take whatever they tell us to do, like paying taxes. If you know, you know the Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal Express, right? So this is a time for us to stop allowing the government, the governmental, those that govern our mentals. This is the time that we stop and say no more. And that is what is beginning to happen. So the creation, the beaver moon, what is that, 19? Okay. Oh, 39. Oh my. Gosh, I need to get my glasses. I was looking in the computer, on the phone. So maybe it's time for us to pivot back to those essential values of what did make this country a place where people wanted to come to because of a dream that they believed in. The reason why us and our grandmothers and our grandfathers and so on, and those generations that came before us, got up and worked hard in the morning and put their effort into something. Time to get back to having our own skills, having our own prosperity, and not depending so much, not being victims. To master the universe is to master change. And if you can master the change, you can master the universe. And this is a change. And we are not going to be like Blockbuster and just fold and go away. No, we have to be we have to be visionaries. We have to see, right? The potential, the new potential. Just shift, just pivot, just reinvent yourself. Don't submit to the fear and the propaganda that you need them, that your prosperity, excuse me, getting some coffee. Let's go, my coffee right there. I make my own lattes. I have a frother, and I make my own lattes at home. I have a stovetop espresso coffee maker. I have a French press, all of that. Why? Because I can make my coffee the way I want to and save a shit ton of money. And my coffee is made the way I like it. Spending all that money at Starbucks every day to go get a coffee. Right? So there's like this first world thing of Disney vacations and going into debt to get married and have a wedding. Our ancestors did not have a Starbucks, a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Taco Bell, a Portillo's, a Chick-fil-A, a Kentucky Fried Chicken, an Italian beef joint on every corner. Our ancestors did more with less. They had less. In some of our ancestors, to even have meat was a blessing, was a come up, was a Sunday dinner. There's a channel that I love on here, Depression Cooking, because it teaches us, and it's this elder, and she cooks a lot of meals that people ate during the Depression based off of what they had to eat. And a lot of the things that we eat today, especially in like the diners and stuff like that, is based off of food that people had to eat during the Depression, because there was no meat, there wasn't a lot of meat, or meat was too expensive. So what I'm saying is getting back to a time where we are doing more and being more active and spending time outside in nature, and knowing the people that are making our food, growing our food, living down the road for them, having a garden again, not being so dependent on the system. And that's what we're getting from the spirit world, is that we've become too dependent on the system. We become too dependent on the government. We put too much faith in presidents. And isn't that one of the things, one of the mantras that we all know? Don't put your faith in any man or woman. Put it in yourself, in your abilities, in your connection with the universe. Allow yourself to sit and be quiet and find ideas to come to you to make money. This is also a time of community. This is a time where if we're all struggling to put food on the table, maybe this should be a time where we come together and have potluck dinners again, have block parties. Everybody bring something. If you know you have a neighbor that's struggling, maybe a single mother with children, or an elderly person, whatever, a family, bring them a casserole. Share if you have a little extra. This is the time that we're in. This is the time where we step up and become the leaders, the heroes, the rescuers. We're the ones that step up and become the community activists. We don't need, if someone else comes in and swoops in and helps, the federal government, the government, whatever, great, fine. But if they don't, we got this. The states, we each got this. The cities, the counties, the neighborhoods, we got this. We got each other. That's how we're going to get through this. By becoming a community, by becoming leaders in our community, by becoming visionaries in our communities, by seeing where the holes are and what we need to fill them, and how we can each come up with, the solutions. So the Beaver moon that we're in is creation. And I love, she's sitting here contemplating plans, this full moon energy. Very bright moon, a lot of that very, very bright moonlight. And there's this veil or mist. And then this is her higher self. This is spirit. This is engaging with your dream. So this card is creation. You can create your own destiny. This is what they want you to know. This is where you empower yourself. This is where you align with that prosperity and always having everything that you need to survive, to live, and sometimes to thrive. You can create your own destiny. Be industrious. Every creature on earth creates. You should welcome the process of creation, save money and time, have a reserve. A lot of you too, you check out your food pantries. I know they're going to be busier, but the food pantries really do serve the community. They do a great service to the community. So, look into that. It really helps. I've put some seniors onto that, and they've come back to me and been like, thank you so much. It just helps. That little supplement just helps. I am a mighty creator, creatrix. It is my birthright to create. There is a good reason for the saying, busy as a beaver, for the beaver is truly an industrious animal. Not only do they create sophisticated architectural lodges, their semi-submersible homes, but they change the course of rivers and waterways through strategic damming. They create new environments for themselves and other animals. Like the beaver, we too can create with industriousness and vigor. Everyone is creative, not just those who are considered to be creative, such as artists, designers, musicians, and writers. We all can be encouraged to think more creatively, to solve problems outside of square solutions, to invent new ways, and to imaginatively break new trails. This moon is the moon of taking action. Our Northern Hemisphere ancestors, wow. Our Northern Hemisphere ancestors at this time would be preparing for winter. They would be preserving food, preparing skins, gathering medicines, strengthening their homes if they were not nomadic, and preparing to move to better hunting grounds if they were. Do you get that nuance there? Friends and family, they would be preserving food, preparing skins, gathering medicines, strengthening their homes if they were not nomadic, and preparing to move to better hunting grounds if they were. Anyone who didn't work hard at this time would likely suffer greatly for it when winter came. The time to take action is now. The companion stone or metal is chrysoprase. Chryso and phase. And that's what it is. I'm going to put this back in the deck. We're going to shuffle them. I'm going to put this back in the deck. Somewhere over the rainbow. So this is not a time. That's what they want. They want panic, those lower vibrational, archonic, negative charge feeding energies and entities. They want you to be in fear and dependency, and that's how they're going to get you to submit to their system. And it's a fallacy, it's a lie. So, creation card keeps coming up in the mix. Creation and focus. This card 14, I've been seeing 14s a lot. This card focus has been coming out a lot too. Keep your focus. Being industrious. Like again, your ancestors had skills, they had abilities, you know what I mean? They supported themselves however they could. Balance. 19. And it's funny that 19, and we have blossoming coming out. Number 33. Balance. Stay in your balance right now. Stay in balance. Don't let anybody throw you off. Don't let anything pull you left or right. It's a lot of stuff going on. And I ain't gonna lie to you, friends. There's some supernatural stuff going on too. Okay, so there's a lot going on. This is why we must stay centered and balanced. We must stay in that Jedi energy so we can move accordingly. But let's see what cards we have. So there's this message of it's time to move. It's time to make that move. It's time to prepare whatever it is you need to do. And those solutions are there as well. Everyone's different. This is a collective reading. But a lot of Empress energy has been coming up recently, and now it all makes sense. The approach of this beaver moon, especially since the Lion's Gate. This approach of this beaver moon. It's time to get creative, folks. You are creators, creatrixes. Fuck this system. Fuck they bullshit. Fuck them. It don't work without us. When we stand up, the game that's been being played on our back can no longer be played. And standing up is as simple as empowering yourself, ourselves, and aligning with the true source, the true prosperity, and the pentacles, swords, wands, and cups that you were given. Everything you need by the Creator to create. Be industrious. Don't be like Blockbuster and get rolled over by Netflix. Because the Blockbuster was VHS, and then it went to DVDs, and We all know that technology is evolving. Somebody should have been in my mind, somebody should have been a visionary. There should have been a business and outreach CEO that was, okay, well, who is Blockbuster going to be in 10, 20 years? Where is the technology going? Where do we need to put our resources to make that to make that shift? That's what I'm saying. This is a time to come together with friends and family and neighbors. This is a time to save, have a reserve. This is a time, again, a lot of people are talking about not celebrating the holiday season, not patronizing a lot of businesses for a lot of reasons. For things that are happening in the world, for allegiances, for whatever. And I think this is absolutely wonderful. I think this is what we need to do. We need to put our time, energy, and money back into ourselves, our homes, making money for ourselves, bartering and trading for things. If you can sew, if you can build, if you can cook, if you can make plates for people. You know what I'm saying? And put it on Facebook. People do it all the time. Hey, I'm going to make 20 plates, make your reservation, send your Cash App, bam. Be industrious. You will figure it out. They're trying to sucker us into their system. And we ain't going. Native Heart Healing Oracle. Yup. Oh, I love it. French toast, love it. I really wanted to drop a huge F-bomb right there. But it didn't. The Eagle Medicine. Yeah. The Eagle Medicine, one of the most powerful and revered medicines. Not only the eagle eye, the eye in the sky, but this is a breakthrough, upliftment. The sky is the limit, literally. Advancement, promotion. Promote your effing self. I don't know why it is. Sometimes when I would start a new job, I would have to clean and organize my whole house before I would start that new job. It just, something about starting a new job like also affected my home. Like I wanted to like have everything in order, and when I don't do that, I'm so discombobulated. So I'm getting this energy of preparation, preparing, doing things and watching, aligning with source. And we have the Soul Star message. You know what this is? Because we're talking about with the Eagle Medicine, sky's the limit, a breakthrough, an advancement. And then you have the Soul Star chakra here, which is about those messages from the, remember when she was looking in the creation card, I said she was looking at her higher self, her spirit on the other side of the veil. Soul Star chakra is the chakra outside of your body, above your crown chakra. And this is where that divine interaction, messages, synchronicities, intuition, this is the chakra that it comes through. So you will get a message from your higher self, from God, the divine, the universe, on how to break through, how to promote yourself above all of this chaos, fear, lack mentality. And don't get me wrong, we all go through it. Interesting that we have two, I just noticed 17, Eagle Medicine, and 34. 17 times 17 is 34. 17 plus 17 is 34. 17 times 2. It's like they're linked together. You will receive the guidance that you need, but the alignment is what is necessary. Excuse me. I'm just going to read the Soul Star chakra real quick. Step beyond your limitations. That's what I'm talking about. Step beyond your limitations. That's what they want. They want you to feel limited. They want you to feel hopeless. They want you to feel like there's no way out. There's no answers. So why? So that you can walk right into daddy's hands. Right into mama's hands. Come on in. No. Right off the bat. Step beyond your limitations. Look at this. Look at this. Conscious creation. with this balance in between. That it's like the restoring of the balance is remembering who you are. Stop looking outside of ourselves for somebody else to have the solution for what is our problem or our limitation. And also we have reaching a peak with the eagle medicine right next to it. This is the power. This is the alignment.
3, 1.
This is the solution. Okay, sorry about that. I had an incoming call. So we have this peak, reaching a peak, and we have this sky's the limit. Ever guiding, ever loving, ever seeing presence of your soul self. That's what we saw in the creation card. Welcoming you home. It's like coming home, a homecoming, coming home to your own self-reliant, like that emperor energy, empress energy, your own self, your own willpower, your own empowerment, your own authority, your own sovereignty, your own, all of that, which we have through all of these decades of manipulation and deception, we have given it away through the illusion of choice and freedom. The soul star chakra is a brilliant stellar gateway to your divine self. I just heard divine blueprint. This chakra has been initiated, which is really freaking interesting because I just heard a little bit of astrology about the supermoon that we are in currently. My messages are timeless. If you're catching it in real time, then it's just more of a confirmation, affirmation, revelation. But if you are catching it at another time, there's a message here that is meant for you at the time that you find it. But that Aries, is the leader of the zodiac. That's the super full moon is in Aries. Aries is an initiator. They are cardinal fire. They are doers. They are willpower. They are creative. Active energy, taking action. So to have this initiation, it's like almost like this is initiation into the people who want to the people want to be free from this system. The system that has never worked for us, never worked for our highest good, never worked for our highest health and humanity, truth, liberty, justice, freedom, intelligence, spirituality. The system has never worked for it. It's a lie. Akashic Records has initiated. Okay, so this chakra has been initiated via your Akashic Records as you have reached a readiness and willingness to connect with your higher selves. It is time to open your soul to transcending old habits and patterns that have limited you thus far. It's like it's a paradigm that we have to see past. And I remember one time I had a coworker say to me, well, everybody has to work. What did she say? Pretentious to think that you don't have to work. Honey, I could go home to my house without a paycheck and find a million projects to do and work all day until I pass out in my bed. From the rooter to the tutor, from the yard to the kitchen to the whole entire house. I can find plenty of projects to do, which is one of the things that made me a good employee. For others was that I didn't need supervision and micromanagement. I will find something to do. I come from the restaurant business. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. So this idea that the only work to be done is the work when you go into somebody else's business, these people who want you to give up everything for pennies on the dollar. When you look at the NASDAQ and you look at the national debt, you look at that whole chart, you'll see everything has gone up. Profits and all of these commodities, except for our pay, is the only thing that has not gone up. Everything has gone up. People's profits, the cost of things, but what we make. But again, I keep seeing the higher selves, just like in the card. Connecting with your higher self. There's an Akashic record. There's a blueprint. You were meant to bring we were meant to bring our prosperity in from within to the without, to align with it within, and manifest it without. If you already feel consciously connected with your higher self, this chakra welcomes a higher opening as you shift and align further with your soul's purpose. And then we have that ego medicine, flying higher, aligning with your soul's purpose. Not a job. And it's interesting when you go through the etymology and the origin of the word job and employment. This mandala brings confirmation of your accelerated growth as you are now living as your light body self via a physical experience. This card indicates a time of celebration as you dance in the joy that you bring forth to this planet, as you lead the way. Be a shining example of pure love by allowing your heart to sing for all to hear. As one you are, we are united. And I was feeling that earlier, a couple paragraphs back, like this unity. And what we were talking about, what I was talking about earlier, coming together as a community, as family, as friends. This is how we're going to get through this winter. This is silver and golden rays, silver and gold, huh? And it's interesting that we have the gold of grandfather sun, because the ego medicine is grandfather sun energy, and you have the silver of the soul star chakra right in front of you. This is the balance. Flying to our higher selves, opening up to a new level of our journey here, of our Akashic record, of our divine blueprint. Discovering more of ourselves, seeing past the limitations that we have not only been programmed and propagandized to believe, but through our own experiences, we hold ourselves prisoner with our Five of Cups energy, pain, regret, fear, emotional damage. So look at, we got silver and golden rays, highest path, divine synchronicity, Akashic records, soul contract, alignment, ascending beyond human ego. So you got that 17 to that 34. We're definitely. Within an eagle, there is all the wisdom of the world. This mandala, the eagle medicine, is inspiring you to rise again and soar to new heights. Eagle also brings guidance from your ancestors, those that have come before you. You hold the wisdom that is passed down from generation to generation from your ancestors. The divine gift of enlightenment and the wisdom gained from experiences is held in the very cells of your being. It is a part of you, and this card is encouraging you to access this guidance now. Just like we saw in the November card. Eagle soars above you, reminding you of your greatness and calling upon your ancestors to guide you in accessing the unlimited reservoir of wisdom that lies in reach. Connecting to this wisdom will bring you a newfound vitality for a healthy, brilliant life. Love the expectations and limitations you have placed upon yourself, for as you do, they will be lovingly released and carried by an eagle to the light of the Creator. And it says right here, look at this. This majestic creature of the highest order has been sent to bring you guidance and release you from the limitations that have held you thus far. Carrying the vitality and life force of the great-grandfather's son, this mandala is inspiring you to rise again and soar to new heights. The medicine of eagle has landed at your side. We turn the tables on them. They are not all powerful. They are not all knowing. They are not our freaking rulers. They've got us tricked into believing that they are our rulers. I think no. Okay, can we get a card for eagle medicine, please? Oh, the Hermit. Didn't come out, but it cracked. You heard it crack, but it was the Hermit. Virgo energy. I think the new moon was in Virgo. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't quote me on that. 9 of Wands. Wow. Yep. Look at that. 9 of Wands. Fire energy. Great grandfather, son. So some of you, this is some of us, this is our grandfather energy. Our grandfather and ancestry. Sagittarius energy. It's been a lot, but you made it through. You made it through to the end. Fought battles, won, lost, but you're here and you're ready for what? To go to from 9 of Wands to the King of Wands. Talk about moving beyond limitations. Talk about moving beyond soaring to a new height. Your higher self. Overcoming challenges. Visionary. Wow. Career focused. And we saw focus earlier with the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. That's the healing. That's the union. That's the balance. The harmony. For all of us. This is amazing. Tell me about the Soul Star chakra. What card do we have to deepen the message about the Soul Star chakra? I mean, yeah, for sure. Page of Pentacles, manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, diligence. 8 of Wands on the bottom. Movement, rapid action. We just talked about action. Man, bottom of the deck with the 8 of Wands and then the 8 of Swords. Liberation. Queen of Swords under that. Yeah, friends. The Page of Pentacles. Oh, we have self-focus on the bottom of this deck. The Man to the Native Heart Healing Oracle. Self-focus. Focus on yourself. Focus on making yourself a better person. Focus on your energy inwards. Oh, wow. We also had a crazy. The moon came out. Stop it. This moon is going to be very, very powerful. For us to let go of our fears. One day at a time, one step at a time, one breath at a time. And to have faith beyond our limitations, faith in our higher self, faith in our ancestors. Focus on yourself, self-love, and also focus on the things that we need to grow and develop within ourselves and change those first before we expect other people to change. It's interesting, this inner manala here, it almost looks like there's writing or hieroglyphs. Time for us to focus on ourselves. Yeah, with the 4 directions and the spirit of bear underneath it. Yeah, it's time for us to be self-reliant, self-efficient, step up to the plate, and be the ruler of our own life, and not expect somebody else to be our caretakers, our caregivers, our being dependent, codependent. That's what it is. It's like we're codependent on the system. We sure are. We're codependent on the system. What else we got? Flowering Magi deck. What you got for me? We'll do one more oracle card. Trust yourself. You're right. And as well as nature spirit. So birds like eagles, eagle eye, hawk eye, that kind of energy. Not everybody lives where there's eagles, but that eagle medicine, birds, those birds that soar high in the sky like hawks and eagles. But also just, yeah, Ancient ancestors. Bottom of the deck. Ancient grandfathers. Also, I'm getting energy coming from the sun. I'm getting this energy of up. I know we're supposed to look within, but there's this energy of upliftment, looking up, keeping our focus up, keeping our head up, seeing our higher selves, seeing our highest potential, seeing through that veil. Let's pull out that. And it's blossoming. This is on the bottom of the deck. It's happening. And that with the 8 of Wands on the bottom of the other deck, yeah. It's happening. It's so funny how much, I don't even know what to say sometimes. The magic is crazy. Like, how much the beaver moon is so on point. The imagery just in this card is so on point with the message. Come on, where are you? Come on, I know you're in here somewhere. I just wanted to show the imagery again, but I must keep, there it is. Yeah. Remember? Your higher self. Seeing past the illusion to your higher self, your divine self, the Akashic records, the blueprint of what you're here to do, what you're capable of. And I love how even like there's this little, seems like a little bit of something going on in the star energy, like the energy around her is responding to these plans, these divine plans. But there's like this building castles in the sky. Ancient ancestor. Messages are going to be coming through from your higher self. So this is a time to tune out of all that drama that's going on and tune into yourself. Because there are definitely solutions. Yeah. We have spring, the fresh yearning of the morning. And we have this blossoming, which is from the other deck, which is almost similar color energies. This is new seeds. This is new beginnings. New sunrises, new dawns, a new self awakening. Even this trust yourself in the nature spirits. Look, same color energies. This is a new season. This is a new blossoming. And we can affect it. We can change it. And we will. Yeah, release those fears. 18 on the second video. Release those fears. They don't decide the new earth. We do.